too small, I got big dreams.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Pun Fun, where we have fun with the puns. My name is Ryan, and we're here with a special guest that we met at Montreal Comic Con alongside one of our past guests, which was Van Lem. But today in our show, we're here with Marvel Inc. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Sorry, I'm
I
just gonna move the cat out of the way.
Yeah, sure.
Playing with, playing with my phone here.
Yeah, no problem. I think everyone can see you clearly. I mean, I can see you clearly, so I think we're good. So Marvel Inc. Is that your real name, or is that an alias that you use within the
Uh,
biz?
no, it's just an alias. My real name is Jonathan,
Okay, cool.
and
And
I just went by Marvel Inc. Because initially it was like a TikTok account mostly,
okay,
and I was doing mostly Marvel art, fan art. So I decided, for the sake of being recognizable and all that, I went with Marvel Inc. and that's how it came to be, and it just stuck. So
yeah, no, it's clever. I mean, especially if you're gonna focus, especially on that, brand or that side of the industry, for sure. I mean, yeah, a great way to make sure your viewers are able to see you. So
yeah.
we met at Montreal. Is that where you're also based? Are you also local as well to Montreal?
That's right. That's right. I was born and raised in Montreal. That's right.
Okay, very cool. And in terms of art, so from your Instagram account, for example, I can see up to 2015. How long would you
Mhm.
say you've been doing art?
Oh, well, that's like only the social media aspect of it, but I've
Mhm.
been drawing since I was 4 years old.
Okay, wow.
Um, I went on a 10-year hiatus, I'd say, from my early 20s to my early 30s,
Okay,
and it was a tough time then, so I decided to stop, which
okay.
was, looking back, a bad decision, but here we are now. I mean, back on track and ready to roll for a good long time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what is it that made you transition from a hobby to now being something professional?
Well, it was always not. Yeah, I guess it was always my intention
Okay.
of doing this professionally. Like, I was in my late teens. I remember I applied. There was a campus called Campus Ubisoft, for
Okay.
like Ubisoft, like for
Wow.
video design. It was like basically a school for video game design. I was really into that.
Very cool.
But then I applied, I got rejected, and
Okay.
I was like, you know what, forget it. Like, I'm not really that into video games anyway.
Right. Okay.
Well, I kind of moved on, but I always wanted to be kind of into the art scene, and then that's when I decided I was going to be a tattoo artist, basically,
Okay.
because I've always been like a social person, right? And I tried to figure out a way to merge both my social aspects and my artistic talents. And
Wow.
I think, as a tattoo artist, you get to meet a lot of people, and so I went into that, and I guess now I'm focusing more on illustrations, because that's what I like doing the most.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I.
And if given an opportunity to do tattoos again, because I don't know if you've been to the Fan Expo in Toronto. There's actually now a tattoo alley. So there's like
Yeah,
tattoo artists, and you can actually get a tattoo done on the spot, or
yeah.
like just get the ink done, kind of. Would that
Mhm.
be something that you would want to venture back into, or you were like, you know what, that was a part of my, kind of past. I'd rather just go into illustration.
Mm. You know what? The thing is with being a tattoo artist is I wanted to do these. Well, you've seen my style of
Hmm.
illustration. I wanted to transpose that into tattoos. So big,
Wow.
bold black lines and
Yeah.
flashy colors and all that. And I don't know. I haven't found the market in Montreal to be that into that genre, I guess you
Right.
could say.
It's very niche, right? So it's really hard, I guess, difficult to break in if you haven't already, kind of.
I realize there's not that many people willing to get a superhero tattoo. There are a few, but like,
Right.
hard to build a tattoo career out of comic book tattoos and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I was doing tattoos more as a artistic expression, but like the tattoos that I was doing in themselves weren't really in the kind of genre or niche that I wanted to exploit.
Okay. And so, like you said, a lot of it's Marvel oriented. However, we do see a bit of everything else into your, social platforms and art as well. What would you say influenced you in terms of, comic book? Like, what is it that you used to read or watch or enjoy in the comic book world?
Well, I grew up, I was always like, I guess, exposed to comic books. I was just a kid and I had these, action figures of Ninja
Okay.
Turtles, Batman. Like, those were the ones that I had mostly.
Wow.
Like Spider-Man, Batman, and Ninja Turtles. They're like everywhere in the late 90s, late 80s and early
Oh yeah, they
90s.
dominated. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So I had like a whole box about, I guess, this big full of action figures of all kinds of Batman and Ninja Turtles, and so I was like into that. And then the Saturday morning cartoons came along, and then that's how I really got into comic books. Like by being exposed to the Saturday morning cartoons,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah,
as I
those were
grew up,
fun mornings. We don't have those anymore.
no, I don't know. Maybe the kids have them. I
True.
don't know. I
True.
don't watch TV much, but eventually those tastes like kind of evolved into reading comic books and really finding the source media for these cartoons, and so I really got into Spider-Man and Daredevil.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Those were my favorite comic books, and Fantastic Four. I really liked, the family values and
Oh yeah.
explorers and
Even the aesthetics, I can see that within your art. Yeah, very, very cool. And speaking of, so like you said, it's very vibrant. You go from, well, one thing, I don't know what happened in like 2016 in terms of on your social accounts, but it went from like something that seemed a bit more amateurish to something that is well polished and well finished.
right.
What happened in 2016, or what happened within that transition?
hmm Um, well, that's about when I started my tattoo apprenticeship, and
Okay.
at first it wasn't a tattoo apprenticeship. It was I was basically a host at the tattoo studio. So I was at the counter in the front, um, greeting people and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And
Right.
on any given day that I was there, I would be allowed to draw all day. So that's what I would do. In
That's awesome.
2016, I draw, uh, and I was there maybe like 2 days, 1 or 2 days a week, and I would do that on my work day, and that allowed me to start to evolve my
Your
style,
skills. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's only when I joined that I opened that TikTok account basically that things started to take off, because I realized that I really like to have that social interaction with people, like that, to draw something and have people come to me and go like, hey, I really like this character. I like your take on this character, and then we started talking about these characters,
Right.
and
So it
like
sparks conversations.
yeah, right. Having those conversations really pushed me, and I started to draw a lot more. And so by drawing more, I got better, and then my interest grew, and
Wow.
so on and so forth. And that's how it kind of took off, just by people, sharing a common passion with these people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very cool. And one of my favorite pieces from what you've done was actually of Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther. So
Mm,
I'm gonna put it up here. You're gonna see that a lot of his art also has a very realistic feel too. So there's like Stan Lee and there's other actors that portray these characters, and right away you know who it is because it's almost verbatim. Like it's uncanny of how spot on your art is to the actual look and feel of who they are. So this one evoked so much going on, but to start something like this, actually, how do you start something like this?
Uh, that's um, that's an interesting story for that one, which
Okay.
I'm delve into, but I'm not gonna be able to share this video for a reason that you'll understand later. Is that I was at the Comic Con where we met in Montreal,
Mm-hmm.
and that was
Yeah.
actually my very first Comic Con, which I attended as a exhibitor. Before that, I only went as a visitor.
Okay.
And so I looked around and I saw the other artists, and I realized I need, um, because I had a very distinct style of doing these character per characters, and I thought, hey, why don't I explore different formats, bigger formats and bigger and different compositions and stuff like that.
Right.
And then there was the trailer for Black Panther that came out, and I was like, that's really cool. And then I thought about one of my friend whose birthday was coming, and he's like his biggest superhero, the one that he likes the most is
Wow.
Panther, and his birthday was like early November.
Okay.
And the movie comes out early November, so I thought,
Right.
okay, so that's great. I'm gonna do a piece on Black Panther, and I'm gonna gift it to him on his birthday.
Yeah.
But
Perfect timing.
he doesn't have Instagram, so he hasn't seen it yet. I'm not gonna.
Oh.
It's a surprise for him.
Oh wow.
I decided to go and make this piece as a tribute first of all to Chadwick Boseman, who passed way too early.
Yeah. Rest in
And
peace.
second of all, as a gift to my friend, and third of all, because the movie was coming out, and I figured, you know what, like there's a lot of people who've been influenced and touched by this portrayal of this character by Chadwick Boseman, and I thought, it potentially, like, I could reach more people than just my friend with this piece. So it was
Absolutely.
kind of emotional for me as well, because it was
There's a lot more
Yeah,
meaning behind it
yeah.
than just another piece. Absolutely. For your art, if we were to go and check it out, where would be the best place to check out your art?
I'd say Instagram. Instagram is where I post both my still pictures of my art and my videos of
Okay.
progress videos are all on there as well, and that's also where I happen to engage most with I guess you could call it the audience.
For anybody going into this industry or wanting to start in this industry, what are Marvel Inc.'s words of wisdom?
Pick a few artists that you really like, get inspiration from them, try to find your own style, and I mean that by collect a little bit of bits and pieces from every artist that you really admire and look up to, and try to build your own style, work on yourself, always not be drawing, because I think that's pretty toxic. Don't always be drawing. That's not
Okay.
but always be thinking about your art, whether you're drawing or not. What I was doing is, if I'm not drawing, I'm thinking about my next piece. I'm thinking about my next video or
Project
content.
or yeah.
I'm getting some instruction, renting books at the library or stuff about
Yeah.
coloring, and
And referencing and all that.
go on YouTube, watch videos, tutorials and stuff like that. Go on Pinterest, just get inspired, watch pictures, whether it's from nature, from drawing, from other people's drawings, or animals, or anything, that might inspire you. So, like, always get these juices flowing, like, even if it's nothing to do with art. Let's say you're just reading a book, inspiration can come from anywhere, so
Right.
that's the I guess the biggest thing is to always stay inspired, because you can draw for work, but like you gotta find joy in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to enjoy what you do. Nope. Those are great words of wisdoms. And usually before we go, we usually taunt our guests with one last request, which is, can you leave us with a pun?
You know what? I love puns. I love puns, and I always have one for anything. But for this one, I don't think I have anything at the ready.
Oh man.
So
Come on, we gotta
sorry.
come up with
I
something.
always have these puns and dad jokes, and I'm
Well, I mean, your cat's been like going up and down. I mean, maybe it's like the perfect one in the end.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cat's out the bag.
Oh, there you go. Hey, that's great. And if you want to learn more about Marvel Inc., you'll find all of his social platforms in our description below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, we highly suggest you hit that thumbs up. Also, subscribe. This way, you stay on top every time we have either local, new, or independent artists on our show. It's one way of showing your support, but also for them to get discovered, because sometimes the algorithm, as we've mentioned, is not always in anybody's favor. And we actually are looking forward to seeing you at the mini Comic-Con in January. Hopefully we'll see you there, and much success to you moving forward. Anything you'd like to say before we go?
No, it's been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. You guys have a good, you guys take it easy. Peace.
Yeah.